Hey friends! Today I want to share 3 cards I've made with one stamp set, but first I want to say that I am delighted to be joined in this hop to celebrate my kind and talented friend Ardyth reaching 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Ardyth is such a creative card maker, she inspires me daily, and I'm so happy to be celebrating with her. Now there are some really fabulous stops on this hop, and there are fabulous prizes to be won at each stop. So after you finish watching my video and all the others, please make sure you leave a comment for your chance to win. And you can find the next hop stop in the video description below. You can also find more giveaway info there. But let's talk about cards right now. Now, sometimes we all lose our crafty mojo, right? And I know some of my friends get it back by cleaning and organizing. That's not really my gig. I like to grab some supplies that I know I love and just challenge myself to see what I can come up with and make a few different cards. So this time I'm starting with a faux watercolor technique, some very bright Catherine Pooler inks, and the Essentials by Ellen Mondo Wildflower stamp. I've got smooth Bristol loaded up in my Misty, and I'm inking that stamp with 3 colors of ink, starting with the lightest color first so I don't contaminate my ink pads. Once I've applied all 3 colors, I'm going to mist my stamp with water and then stamp onto my cardstock for a dreamy watercolor look. Now, I love this technique, but I wanted to add to a little more, so I've got that first panel. I made a second one, and then I'm going to apply some more colors by swiping them onto my nonstick craft sheet and then painting my image. So I'm just going for kind of a loose and free watercolor. I'm staying in the lines, but barely, and I have really no rhyme or reason. But after I get color down that makes me happy, I'm going to heat set it. And then I'm going to pop it back into my Misty where I still have that wildflower stamp waiting. I'm going to ink it up with black and then stamp over that image that I've just painted. So I love the kind of like fun and modern variation you get. It feels really fresh and cool to me. And for my last card, I'm going to switch it up and go from watercolor to a little ink blending, but I'm still working with the same supplies. I've tacked down some more smooth Bristol onto my onto my craft sheet, and then I've got a stencil on top. This is a square stencil from Brutus Monroe, but you can absolutely make your own with a piece of acetate or masking paper. Once I've got it all tacked down, I'm going to apply those same Catherine Pooler colors with some blending brushes. I'm starting with the Be Mine Pink on the top. And after I've got it kind of blended to the right intensity that I'm looking for, I'm just going to jump to the last color and do lemongrass along the bottom. I just find it easier when I'm overlapping 3 colors to sometimes leave the middle to last. Then I can go in with that Samba and kind of blend it over both the other colors and get those 2 extra blended shades that I'm looking for. Now once I've got all the color laid down, I'm happy with it. I'm going to add a little bit of water for texture. So I'm going to spritz some water on, and then I'm going to remove it with a slightly damp paper towel. And I'm using a slightly damp paper towel because that'll take up even more color and kind of give more texture. And I just think that texture is fun. Then I'm going to heat set that panel, pop it back into my Misty where I still got that wildflower stamp. I'm going to ink it out with black again and stamp it onto my panel. Now, while I've got all of my panels ready to go and make into cards, I thought I would show you a little bit more about how I like to add splatter. So my favorite way to add colored splatter is to push a small acrylic block into my ink pad and then just use a wet paintbrush to kind of flick the color onto my card panels. Sometimes I pick it up with a paper towel. And then for black splatter, I really like the opaque quality you can get with black acrylic paint. However, that can be a little messy. So I recently started cheating and using my black Copic marker. So I just create different size little dots where I think it should go, and it's so much easier. Now you can see more info about all the supplies I used in the video description. There's also more still shots on my blog. Thank you again to Ardyth for creating such a fun hop. Congratulations on your YouTube channel. Thank you to all our generous sponsors, and thank you to you guys for hopping along with us today. Happy crafting!